Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. TGINF. Got my little Jackster right here working on the last cookie. He knows I'm not going to give him that last one until we get started here, and he'll just sit here and stare right through me. So, anyway, he's a good boy. Let's see who we got hanging out with us today. We have, in no particular order, Mr. Paul Stewart. Happy Friday to you, sir. Thank you for the thumbs up. Mr. Ronald Cool. Good morning, Ronald. Larry Galt says, good morning, everyone. TGIF. I will be cutting 2 projects today with the Gatton. That sounds like a pretty awesome day to me. Pretty awesome day. Man, I don't know if you can hear that over there. There's this guy who lives on this other street behind me. He's got one of them rice burner things that's just ridiculously loud. I don't know how I guess they don't do like they did back when I was growing up. You had a car and it was too loud. Of course, I live in a little small town. They'd pull you over, write you a ticket for being too dang loud. But I don't guess they do that anymore because anything goes these days. Anyway, good morning, Larry. Looks like you got a good day planned. Troy Pritchard's here. Says, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Don't forget to tune in to our friend Mark Lindsay today in about 5 hours. Yeah, he's probably getting all ready for that. And I'm going to try to watch it live, although I've got a lot of stuff to do today. And I got, it's stuff I got to do. So I don't know if I'll be able to watch it live or not. I probably will. I'm gonna work hard this morning and try to get done by 2:00. Darren Birds is here this morning. Good morning, Darren. Dennis Nolan says, let me slide this down a little bit. Friday greetings to everyone. Dave, are you doing the Tea Light Challenge? Editing my Tea Light Challenge video today. Awesome. You got out there and got one. Yes, I am entering the challenge. My video will go live at 0600 tomorrow morning, just like the past, 14 or 15 videos. I can't even remember how long my string is, but I did get out here. I had some more. What all was I going to do yesterday? I went to Ace Hardware. Then I went to Publix, picked up a few groceries. Yeah. And then I came home and got back here and made a mess on the lathe, turning a little tea light. Got the video shot, got it edited in, I'll call it stage 1, because you remember how I was talking yesterday when somebody was asking about what software I use. I said I use Windows Movie Maker for the simple stuff, and then I render that as a video and then bring that video into the newer, but like I said, they call it Movie Maker, but it's not it's Moviezilla. But I just went in there this morning, fired that computer up, and it came up and says, there's a new version. Do you want to get it? So I thought, okay, I'll go ahead and get the new version. And it says Windows Movie Maker on it, but it's really Moviezilla. I don't know what the deal is, why they do that. But anyway, yeah. Be video coming out at 0600 tomorrow. So y'all watch it and be ready for the quiz on Monday. Clyde CNC's here. Good morning, Clyde. Mr. David Burnett is here. Good morning. Happy Friday to you. Steve Kronsky. Good morning. I've been missing more than making lately, but TGIF and thumbs up day. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate you. Even anytime you can come here, even if it's just for a minute and you come, just pop in, leave a thumbs up or something. I appreciate you. And we miss you because I know the people that I usually see And then when I don't see them for a few days, I'm like, well, I hope they're okay, or maybe they're just busy and not coming down with something. Monroe says, good morning. He's watching some of the Vectric stuff. I saw somebody, I can't remember who it was. Somebody was live. It was just happened to be in my feed. So I clicked on it, and he was doing some kind of 3D stuff. And I just watched a few minutes of it because I really didn't know what he was doing. I think on some of that stuff, if you start watching, you're probably going to have to catch it at the beginning, or you won't know what they're doing. I could be wrong, but let's see. LB Sharp's here this morning. Good morning. As is Kevin Ells. Good morning, Kevin. Happy Friday to you. I don't know who this is, but good morning. Let's see. Marcella Ballone is here. Good morning. William Hoffman is here. How you doing, Bill? Unnecessary noise ticket here back in the day. Yeah, they used to do that. And this guy is, I don't know if y'all could hear him or not, but it's like if I'm outside in the back here, or even in the front, but especially if I'm in the back, because it's, you can't see the house because it's summertime and all the trees and stuff are thick and you can't even see over there. But it's the next street over, which isn't very far. And he just gets out there and just wham, wham, just, and it doesn't even sound like a decent motor. If it sounded good, I might like it, but it's one of the little rice burners or something. But Charles Steed's watching. He says, good morning, David Jack. Thank you. Jack says, good morning. He's knows the cookies are gone, so he's moved on to his location on the porch where he likes to sit and make sure he keeps the backyard secure. Bruce Foley's here. Good morning, Bruce. Bob Sims. Hey, where you been, Bob? Hope you hadn't been sick or anything. Maybe you just been busy building them train things he builds. That might be what it is. But welcome back, Bob. Glad you're back. There's my favorite Solar Man, which, by the way, speaking of videos, Solar Man released a video this morning. I think it went live about 8 o'clock, and that's not enough time for me to have time to watch it in the morning because before the coffee sessions. But I will be tuning in. But he's showing something. Let's see, what was it? Something about air assist on your K40 laser, the pew 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 machine. So go check that out. And I noticed when I did click on it to watch it, I noticed you're up to, I think, 951 subscribers. So you need 49 more. So if you're not already subscribed to Ryan Ballard, go over there and hit the subscribe button. Just get him up to 1,000 so he can start making some of that big YouTube money. If you folks only knew. Let's see. Paul says, I'll be watching Ryan's video right after this. There you go. Good deal. Uh-oh. Bob says, a wedding and a holiday, no internet. Ah, okay. All right. So did you finally get married, Bob, or somebody else? Steamboat Bob is what Clyde's calling him. Or is it Steamboat Bob or Steam Train Bob? I don't know. I thought he was in the trains. Yeah, he says elbow cough. All right. I think we're caught up with the comments. Appreciate the thumbs up over there, guys. We've still got a few slackers, as usual, but that's okay. Oh, man, I feel a sneeze coming on. Anyway, yeah, I got out here. Finally got my little tea light thing. It's nothing fancy. It's just something that I could do kind of quick. It did turn out kind of nice as far as the wood, but like all my projects, it's because I'm using just stuff like this wood, and I mentioned this in the video. This was the wood that an old friend, Terry Tyson, gave to me about 4 years ago in November of 2017. He called me or Facebook messaged me or something. He says, "Hey, I'm doing some work in my yard, cutting some limbs down, and they're nothing real big, but they're cherry, and if you want them for turning on your lathe, come get them." And he lives not too far from my buddy Jim. He lives kind of over there in that same general vicinity. So I went over there and I got the limbs, and it's a pretty good bit, and then I never did turn it. That was when I was getting into turning, and then I got busy with the Gatton CNCs and, just didn't turn anything. So that wood sat out there for a long time. And then I grabbed a piece and I had it. You probably can't even tell it's missing, but I had it sitting right there in front of the lathe. And when I got it and I cut a piece off about like this, and it had some punky sides. I had chased a few bugs and termites out of it. They'd gotten into it. But I thought, well, that'll make for some interesting features in the wood. But I was able to turn it down, and I made a kind of a goblet shaped thing. Only instead of being a goblet where you drill it deeper, I just drilled it down to put the tea light in it. So it looks okay. But you can catch that video tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock. Although you don't have to get up at 6 o'clock to watch it. Unless you just want to. Which I don't know why you would, but anyway. All right, I guess there's nothing exciting going on in the backyard out there because Jack come back in here. Let me do a quick Jack cam shot. I still got to work on trying to figure out how to get. There's the boy right there. Looks pretty tuckered out, doesn't he? It's a hard job being head of security here at Gatton Enterprises or whatever we'll call it. But yeah, hard job. Let's see here. Bob says his cousin, both boats and trains. Okay. Steamboat Bob. There we go. All right. Now I got the sniffles here. Larry says he's up at 5 every morning. Yeah. I'm not up that early. Unless, of course, like yesterday when I woke up at 3:30 and then couldn't go back to sleep. All right, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt here. If you're not a troll and you got a question or something, say what you want to say. Otherwise, it's going to be bye-bye for you because I don't know who you are and I don't tolerate trolls. So just saying. Better behave yourself or you'll be kicked off of here. Okay. This is Sandy. Okay. Well, now that I know who you are, you're okay. But when I see these weird YouTube, because you notice when we had the trouble with the troll, or maybe you weren't here, Sandy, when we had trouble with the trolls the other day. But they're never going to use a real name. They just use, some weird YouTube username. So that's why whenever I see a name, because see, you look throughout the chat here. you know, everybody here has got their real name, and it may be like, well, like Clyde. You still know it's Clyde because it's Clyde CNC or something like that. So that's what I like to see. And it's okay if you want to name it something else, something weird, as long as I know who you are. But when all of a sudden 9060 or 9060 Elisa stops in here, I'm like, who the heck is that? So sorry, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying I have absolutely zero tolerance for trolls and people that just want to crash live streams for no reason. And we did have an issue with that the other day. So you can change it. It's not that hard. You'd have to, because the YouTube thing is part of your Google account. And I can't really tell you how to do it without going through here and doing it. But the easiest way is when you set up an account to start with, just put your name. Unless you're afraid. I don't know why people don't want to use their real names. Kind of like that voter ID stuff. Why are you afraid to prove that you are who you really are? Yeah. I think you changed the Google account. Yeah, there's a way to do it. And it's not because mine, when I first got my YouTube account way back in, I'm trying to remember, 2006 or 2007, because I've had mine a long time. I had an email address that was, Earthlink. You remember Earthlink? And so I used my kind of the start. It was just D Gatton, or maybe it was DJ Gatton. I can't remember. And that's what my YouTube channel was when I first started out. But then I thought, nah, I want people to know who I am, because I was, as my channel got bigger and I started doing a lot of the CNC stuff, I'm thinking, I don't want some stupid username, And that's one of the reasons why I named the Gatton CNC a Gatton CNC, because if I put my name on it, it's going to be something good. I was struggling as I was designing that thing. I thought, well, what in the heck am I going to call this one? Because the other one, I just called it the free from the free plans. I did the video series was called How to Build a CNC Router on a Shoestring Budget. So I kind of call it the Shoestring Budget CNC. Everybody else tries to call it the Sidewinder, because at the time I was using Sidewinder as a business name, and I mistakenly put that on my machine. And when they saw that in the video, then everybody started calling it the Sidewinder, and it's not really a Sidewinder. So, but yeah, when I was working on the Gatton CNC, I didn't really have a name for it. And I thought, man, I can't, I was trying to come up with something cool, and I'm not very creative when it comes to stuff like that. But then I thought, you know what? As I was cutting parts and putting it together and stuff, I thought, you know what? This thing's going to be way better than I even thought it was. So I thought, I'm putting my name on it. And I've never regretted that, because there's still a few people out there that'll trash and stuff. It's just plywood machine, all that. And I'm like, I don't care. I'll put it up against any of it. So, may not be as fast, may not be as pretty, but it's just as accurate. And that's what you need with a CNC. You need it to do what you're going to do accurately. And that's all that really matters. It don't matter whether some of these guys, they get these Gattons and they spend more time worrying about the cosmetic stuff. And I just roll my eyes. I'm like, oh, man, just get making projects, man. That's what it's about. Okay, I'm yakking here and nobody's commenting. Sandy says she'll ask her son. All right. Well, you're good, Sandy. Because if you come and pop in the coffee sessions and I see that 9060 Elisa, as long as I know it's you, you're good. You don't really have to change it. I'm just saying that because I've had issues, and not very often, but we did have one just the other week um, with the trolls. And I mean, we'd block one and uh, another one would pop up, and they'd get, because they get multiple accounts. Might have been just one person, or it might have been you know a little gang of trolls sitting in the basement or something. I don't know. Okay, Dennis says change your video name. Go to studio, manage videos, customization. All right, I guess that's it. I don't know, because I've had mine as Dave Gatton. Of course, this channel is named the Dave Gatton Coffee Sessions, but my other channel, my main channel, is just Dave Gatton. There's no Dave Gatton Woodworking, no Dave Gatton Workshop, no Dave Gatton nothing. It's just Dave Gatton. So I figure anything I put on that channel should be okay. I mean, a lot of people don't like stuff. If people are CNC nuts, and with no pun intended there for Peter Pasquello, and I put something for wood turning or doing something else, they don't like it. And if they like wood turning and I put a CNC video, they don't like. So I don't care. I'm going to put it on there. Okay. Well, we'll continue. If you want to get it changed, we'll continue to try to help you. If you don't get it changed between now and next week, or whenever you come back to the coffee sessions, I'll try to look it up, and we'll do a how to change your YouTube name here live on the coffee sessions. LB says, I use Change Drive, had bad comments about it, but it works great. I am not a fan of the chain stuff, but other people use it. If it works for you, then fine. I definitely think Chain Drive is better than the belt thing. I don't like the belts at all. Don't like the belts at all. Unless you're building a machine that's so big and you're using those big belts, like a serpentine type belt. Those might be okay. But the ones they put on CNCs, I'm sorry, they're little flimsy looking things. No, not a fan of those. Rob Schuster snuck in here. Good morning, Rob. How you doing this morning? Happy Friday to you. You know what? I've got 6 minutes left. Let me just do this, Sandy. I might have to put my glasses on to do it. Okay, let's see. Dennis has got another tip here. It says you can click on edit from customization. I put my real name, site name, and that is what shows up. Yeah. See, I like the way Dennis does it, because because I understand a lot of people want to put either their business name or to tell what their YouTube channel's about. Like he's got Ozark Arts and Crafts, but he also has his real name. A lot of people will put the real name, then their Bob, workshop or whatever, woodworking, whatever it might be. Or they put that first and then put their real name afterwards. But I like the way Dennis has done it, because there's no mistake about what his channel's about and who he is. His real name. Yeah. Well, that's one reason why I'm not a big fan of chains either. I guess if you have the right kind of tensioner, because they will, as they wear, they stretch a little too. So, but again, you can put a little idler thing and where it's constantly keeping them taut. And you can do the same thing with a belt, but still belts. I'm not a fan of them. Class says we had gantry robots at Ford with wide belts. Yeah, yeah. All right, Rob says, use a belt to turn the rotary on my machine. Started with a smaller XL, then went to a much beefier belt, much improved. Yeah. Well, and what you're turning though, it's not turning like really fast and stuff, right? Because you're talking about what's going to turn the drum part. Clyde, I guess this is a question for LB. Wants to know if he uses the number 25 chain. Oh, let's see, real quick. I was going to type in here how to change your YouTube channel name. This is what I should have told you to do to start with, because that's where I learn everything. All right, here's a video right here. It was done 10 months ago. It says how to change your YouTube channel name step by step. Let me click on that and I'll get the link and I'll put it here in the chat. And you can go check that out. There you go. So there you go, Sandy. That's just for you. You can, that video has been watched 452,000 times. So it's probably pretty good. Now I'll get back to my little coffee sessions thing. All right. Yeah, LB says, I've used change for 4 years, had to adjust twice. Well, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Do you have any trouble with, because with chains, they're metal, so you got to keep them lubricated and probably, they're greasy, basically. Well, I was just wondering if you have any trouble with, as you're running your machine, you get like the wall behind it or something, get marks where it's flinging the stuff off. They're kind of messy, but Rob says, I could not find a big timing pulley that I could afford, like a serpentine belt. Yeah, they're kind of pricey. So I cut one with my other CNC. Works great. Much better than I expected. Yeah, Rob, it's funny you mentioned that because I have a motor. I couldn't even remember where I got it, and I still don't really remember where I got it, but it's apparently out of a washing machine. Because when I look at it close, there's a tag that says Maytag on it. So, but anyway, I had that for a project, and I've just got it mounted securely to a board, and then I can take that board and set it on the workbench and put clamps to hold it. But I needed a pulley, and I was either too cheap to buy one or maybe just had trouble. But what I did is I used my CNC to cut the diameter of the pulley, and then I used a V-carve, 90-degree V-carve bit to cut the side of it so that it put a 45 on it, and then I just cut two halves and turned them around and glued them together. So then I had I have a pulley. Just made it two pieces and glued it together, and you bring the V-bit down, half as much as you want the V width of your belt to be, and it works great. you get something like that, and the hard part is figuring out how you're going to get it mounted without slipping on the shaft of the motor. But if you get that figured out, then you can put some lacquer or polyurethane or something on that thing to get it, and it'll be a good pulley. It'll last for a long, long time. All right, that was my time. I guess I'm going to get the weekend kicked off here. I got to go in the other shop, the CNC shop, fire up the machine. I've got some last minute editing to do on that video before I upload it. So what I'm going to do is go load up my machine, go back to my office, and set the security camera pointed at my machine, and I will be multitasking this morning, working on editing a video while making money on my CNC machine. Life is so good. So good. All right, guys, y'all have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. Don't forget, tomorrow is September 11th, so we all need to remember about that. We shouldn't be forgetting that anyway. We should think about that every dadgum day. But too many people have forgotten. But anyway, let me figure out which button to hit here. Okay, yeah, it's that one. All right, so everybody have a good weekend. Be safe, and we will see y'all Monday.